What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to do a week 2 college football recap. As you know, it wasn't a great weekend for me and my Alabama Crimson Tide, but hey, it's a new day. And guess what? Let's focus on the next game against South Florida. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. And I'm going to start off with a couple of early games. The first one, Colorado versus Nebraska. Colorado won this game 36-14. Like I've said before, Nebraska, they have been a great team or a good team for a long time. And guess what? Colorado proved that once again. And once again, Colorado got their second consecutive win of the season, already surpassing their win total from last season. All right, Shedeur Sanders. This part of the video is more about Shedeur Sanders when it comes to Colorado. Shedeur, he impressed me. Like I say, he threw for 510 yards last week, and then this week he threw for 393 yards. So now he done threw for 903 yards over 2 games and 7 touchdowns, because he had 5 last week and 2 this week. So Shedeur Sanders, he's doing his thing, leading Colorado to these wins. For their rushing, Colorado only had 58 yards rushing. Yes, they do need to get a running game going, because they're going to need it later on in the season. Because if they stay the way they are, the offense teams are going to start keying on the passing game, focusing on trying to stop the passing game, because they really don't have a run game. Yeah, but anyway, they only ran for 58 yards, while their defense allowed Nebraska to run for 222 yards. So they're going to have to fix that defense too, but they only allowed 119 yards passing. Colorado created 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and an interception. So yeah, they created 4 turnovers, which is great for the defense. Is it because Nebraska is a terrible team? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's because of Colorado. They created those turnovers. Colorado themselves had 1 turnover, which was a fumble. Also, Colorado averaged basically 6 yards a play with 5.9. All right. As far as the run game, Shedeur losing 30 yards, got a negative 30 yards rushing. That's why their run total is so low. They would have had almost 90 yards, but that's neither here nor there. Now, receiving, Xavier Wheeler, 10 catches, 170 yards and a touchdown. Travis Hunter, 3 catches, 73 yards. And then you got Jimmy Horn Jr., 8 catches, 64 yards. Tavares Dawson Jr., 3 catches, 41 yards and a touchdown. So, also, Tavares Dawson Jr., he had 1 carry for 8 yards and a touchdown. So, but Deion Sanders has came into Colorado and changed the whole culture around, and they believe in themselves. And hey, they winning games. They winning games. So we'll see next week if Colorado can continue on the path that they on, winning games. Next week, I believe they'll win this game. They got Colorado State, which I think they're going to come out and blow Colorado State out the water and be 3-0. But next week, they got to go to Oregon. That'll be a big test for them. Now, if they can pull it off against Oregon, then they own to something. Trust me, they'll be on to something. But that is the Colorado versus Nebraska recap, and Colorado with the win, 36-14. Next, we got Georgia and Ball State. Georgia win that game 45-0, going away. I made a video talking about Georgia, how they look stagnant on offense. I called them one-dimensional, all that. But Georgia, they do got to get their run game together. Georgia is known for having great running backs. Even though they got some injured backs, they still keep some on reserve. All right. They got wide receivers lining up at running back, and they looking good as a running back. So, hey, they improvising right now. until these guys get healthy enough to play. You know, they got one of them out. He's going to be out for the season. But they got a couple of more that got to get fully healthy. Kendall Milton is playing, but I think he still got a nagging hamstring injury from fall camp. But passing yards, 287 yards for Carson Beck. Like I said, 99 yards rushing. Carson Beck, this is his stats. 23 for 30, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. For his rushing, Roger Robinson, 6 carries, 38 yards, a touchdown. Dylan Bell, 3 carries, 28 yards, a touchdown. I think Dylan Bell is a receiver, I believe. Kendall Milton, 7 carries, 18 yards, and a touchdown. Those are all the guys who had a touchdown. Cash Jones got a couple of carries. Young running back. Then for his receiving, Oscar Delp, tight end, 2 catches for 50 yards. Aaron Smith, 2 catches, 50 yards. Ra Thomas, 2 catches, 34. Cash Jones, 2 catches, 32. Dominic Lovett, 4 catches, 29. Cash Jones, he has had those 2 catches, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Rosemary Jack Saint, 2 catches, 17 yards, and a touchdown. Malik Muse, 3 catches, 27 yards. Malik Muse, he's a damn good player, and I believe he's a walk-on. But he's a damn good player. That guy got a lot of heart, too. But defensively, Georgia, they got 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, I believe, 3 interceptions in this game. But I'm going to tell you, that damn Ball State quarterback was horrible. They say he's a true freshman. I don't know what the hell he was, but he was horrible. I mean, Jesus. But hey, it is what it is. Georgia, the talent level is just so much better than Ball State. So this is what you expect. Against teams like Ball State and Tennessee, Martin, Georgia don't need a run game. Okay, but they finna get into SEC play next week against South Carolina, which South Carolina don't seem to look like a threat. But every now and then, Spencer Rattler pull off some shit that you never thought he would pull off. But like I say, Ball State, no, they was terrible. I mean, straight up terrible. Their quarterback, 10 for 16, 82 yards. Well, this is what they had passing. I guess 10 for 16, 82 yards for one quarterback. This Simonza, that's the quarterback that started the game and gave up 3 interceptions. He was 7 for 16 for 55 yards and 3 interceptions. Oh, my goodness. Terrible. Ball State, 224 total yards, 147 passing, 77 rushing, 3.5 yards a carry. Basically, Georgia averaged 6.3 yards per play. So, and 3.4 yards per play for Ball State. But, you know, everybody knew Georgia was going to win this game, going away, even though they don't look the part right now. They winning games, and that's all that counts. So, like I say, I came on here talking shit, calling them one-dimensional and all of that, which they was yesterday. But, hey, they got to win. That's the most important thing. And Georgia moves to 2-0 heading into week 3 against South Carolina. But once again, they won the game yesterday against Ball State 45-3. All right. Moving on, we're going to talk about this Ole Miss and Tulane, which wind up being a great game. I know it's 37-20. Ole Miss did what they had to do in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they stepped up, okay? And I've been talking about Pete Golden, you know, ever since he's been at Alabama. But the defense, Pete Golden defense, stepped up yesterday against Tulane. It's been times with Pete Golden defense has stepped up at Alabama, but more often than not, they didn't. But anyway, as far as Ole Miss, 363 total yards, 274 yards passing, 89 rushing. All right, it was about even. Tulane had 342 yards, 231 yards passing, 111 rushing. They averaged 4.2 yards per play. Ole Miss 5.8 yards per play, almost 6 yards. Jackson Dart, 17 for 27, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. All right, Quishon Johnson can't get off. He had 18 carries, 48 yards, and I think Tulane was focused on stopping the run to Quishon Johnson. 48 yards. He only had 40-something yards last season. So, I mean, last week. Over 2 games, he don't even have 100 yards, I don't believe. So, no, he don't. Because he only got 40-something yards last week. He don't have 100 yards over 2 games. Remember last year, he was running that damn ball, over 1,500 yards rushing. I don't think he'll get it this year because these teams are keying on him. Jackson Dart, 14 carries, 41 yards. Passing. Dayton Wade, 7 catches, 106 yards. Jordan Watkins, 5 carries, 60 yards. Trey Harris, 2 carries, 55 yards and a touchdown. Michael Trigg, 1 catch, 21 yards and a touchdown. And Quishawn Judson, 3 catches, 32 yards. All right. Defensively, they got one interception. Okay, that's the only turnover they got, I believe. So, but yeah, man, they got like 4 sacks though. Yep, 4 sacks for Ole Miss. So, but I think Ole Miss is going to be much improved from this season. I mean, from last season to this season. Remind you, we got to play Ole Miss next week on the 23rd. So, hey, that might be a tough one for us too. But yeah, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, I know he gonna test our secondary just like I told y'all Texas would. Yeah, and I'm sure Lane Kiffin gonna do it. He like to air that ball out. But anyway, as far as Tulane, you know, Tulane is a good team. They have some athletic players also. Quarterback, 15 of 37, 231 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kyle Harden. Rushing, Mekhi Hughes, 23 carries, 92 yards, a touchdown. Ashad Clayton Johnson, 7 carries, 32 yards. That's about it. As far as receiving, Lawrence Keys, 5 catches, 94 yards. Jaquan Jackson, 4 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. That's like I say, only threw 1 touchdown. Tulane, they got 3 sacks, no turnovers. So these teams winning this turnover battle, they win in games. I'll just put it that way. They win in games. All right. Moving on. Let's see what's the next game we gonna talk about. But like I say, Mississippi State, Ole Miss got the win 37-20 over Tulane. Let's move on. Texas A&M and Miami, which was a tight game early on, all the way through the halftime. Halftime score was for 21-17 Hurricanes. They wind up winning 48-33. All right. 4th quarter, Hurricanes put up 17 points. And they won it handily. Won it by 15. Tyler Van Dyke, which, hey, he looked good yesterday. 21 of 30, 374 yards, 5 touchdowns passing. Texas A&M secondary didn't have nothing for him. Rushing, Henry Parrish, 10 carries, 50 yards. But ain't no point going over the rushing. They didn't have any rushing touchdowns, but Miami only rushed for 77 yards. But anyway, receiving, Xavier Restrepo, 6 carries, 126 yards. Jacoby George, 5 catches, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kobe Young, 6 catches, 75 yards, a touchdown. Isaiah Horton, 1 catch, 52 yards, a touchdown. Like I say, this guy, Tyler Van Dyke, threw 5 touchdown passes, same as Shador did last week. Anyway, as far as Texas A&M, Connor Wigman, 31 for 53. Jesus. 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All right. Let's go back to Miami right quick. Let's see. Oh, that's not there. But anyway, where we at? Oh, Texas A&M. Connor Wigman, 31 for 53. That means you missed 22 throws, buddy. Anyway, 22 incompletion. 336 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Amani Daniels. Oh man, this rushing is terrible for Texas A&M. Texas A&M, they rushed for 97 yards. Well, but Amani Daniels, 18 carries, 62 yards. Okay, I got it. 18 carries, 62 yards. Connor Wigman, 5 carries, 29 yards. And Ruben Owen, 5 carries, 7 yards. Amani Daniels and Connor Wigman scored a touchdown rushing. So not too bad. They did rush for almost 100 yards. The man, the myth himself, Evan Stewart, 11 catches, 142 yards receiving. Evan Stewart getting these passes. He's catching this ball, picking up yards, putting stats on the board, but he ain't getting in the end zone. I don't think he got in the end zone last week. Noah Thomas, 4 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. Ernest Crown over 1 catch, 19 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, this game, I enjoyed watching this Tulane and Texas A&M game. I picked Texas A&M to win. I watched Texas A&M passing game last week, and I thought there was no way that Miami could stop Texas A&M passing game. But hey, they did enough to win. They stopped it when it counted in the fourth quarter. And guess what? Texas A&M couldn't stop their passing game. Texas A&M passing game in the fourth quarter. And like I said, this damn guy, Tyler Van Dyke, 374 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's all I got to say. But anyway, the old Miami Hurricanes got the win 48-33. And Miami Hurricanes looked like a much improved team from last season, offensively and defensively. Miami might be a threat in the ACC, okay? They got to face Florida State coming up pretty damn soon. But I think they're going to be a threat. They're going to be a threat, yeah. Oh, something went wrong with my computer, man. I don't know what happened, but let's see. Let's try this thing again. Let's try it again. Here we go. Is it going to come up? Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Let's get it. Maybe my internet is going a little too short. A little too slow. I got to wait a minute. I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm gonna have to pause my video and then come back and try it again. So let's pause it and then we'll come back. Okay, we back. I was talking about Miami, Texas A&M, talking about Miami facing Florida State. They don't face Florida State till November the 11th. So Florida State got Bethune-Cookman next week. They're going to beat the brakes off them. Then they got Temple, beat the brakes off them. Georgia Tech beat the brakes off of them. Then they got to face North Carolina. That might be a challenge. All right. So look like Miami going to be all right this season. I think they can challenge for the ACC this season, but it's going to be tough against Florida State. I'm going to go and put that out there. And I think it's going to be a challenge against North Carolina. But anyway, yesterday they got the job done against Texas A&M, another SEC program that goes down 48-33. All right, moving on. Who else we go next? We're gonna talk about. Let's talk about my boys, man. We got to get to that, and this will be the last real actual game I'm going to, and then I'll run down some scores real quick. All right, now here it is. My Alabama Crimson Tide goes down versus the Texas Longhorns. Prime time, Bryant-Denny Stadium, under the lights. Texas came in with upset on their mind, and guess what? They did it. They upset my Alabama Crimson Tide at home, gave us a royal beatdown. They beat us in every phase of the game. I mean, offensively, defensively, every phase of the game. So it is what it is. Passing game, running game, they beat the hell out of us. So let's get to it. We're going to talk about Texas. Well, we'll talk about Alabama first. 362 total yards, 255 passing, and 107 rushing. 5.8 yards per play. The thing about these rushing yards, we had about 98 yards rushing. I think we had 98 yards rushing at the half. In the second half, we only had a total of 9 yards rushing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This offensive line that they've been hyping up, and we've been hyping up as fans the whole season, off season, it's not there. It is not there. Yeah, they big, but they get manhandled and ragdolled. Okay, so it is what it is. And they got a lot of pressure on Jalen Milroe, especially off that left side. And on that left side, we got true freshman Caden Proctor, only 2 college football games, straight out of high school. Turned 18 in the offseason. He had graduated at 17, turned 18 in the offseason. But they were sending the pressure off his side. They was coming after that true freshman. And he couldn't hold up. Same thing in the passing game. They was going at Caleb Downs a lot. Another true freshman who turned 18 in the offseason. So they was going at those guys. They was going at Terry Arnold. He picking up daggone pass interference at the cornerback position. I mean, Jesus, man. We didn't have no type of running game in the second half. I thought Tommy Reese went away from the run too early in the first half. Because we had damn near 100 yards rushing in the first half. Probably could have had more than that if he'd have just stuck with it. It was working when we came out in the first quarter into the second quarter. He just went away from it for some reason. You would think Bill O'Brien was still there if you looked at that damn offense yesterday. Defensively, you would still think Pete Golden was there because it was holes all over the damn secondary. I mean, all over it. But anyway, let's look at this. Oh my goodness. But anyway, Jalen Milroe, 14 for 27, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 critical interceptions. He could have had 3 easily. All right, Jason McClellan, 12 carries, 45 yards. Jalen Milroe, 15 carries, 44 yards. Roydale Williams, 6 carries, 12 yards. J.M. Miller, 2 carries, 6 yards. Roydale, he's not getting it done. He just not the guy for me. I mean, put J.M. Miller in there in his place. Hell, put Justice Haynes in there. Shit. But anyway, Cobra Princess, he showed up, 5 catches, 68 yards. Jermaine Burton showed up, 2 catches, 58 yards and a touchdown. Amari Neblack, 2 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown from the tight end position. But and then Isaiah Bond, 1 catch for 34 yards. I think Isaiah Bond could be our damn go-to guy. Malik Benson, 2 catches, 33 yards. I've been wondering where he at. We had him hyped up this all season too. Jason McClellan, 1 catch, 12 yards. I don't even know why he's trying to throw to Roydale Williams. I mean, Jesus, man. But anyway, that's what happened offensively. We didn't get any turnovers. We didn't get any sacks. We couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. I mean, absolutely zero. And as fans, and if we can see it, if you get pressure on Quinn Ewers, he's erratic. But if you don't and give him all day to throw, this is what happens. He ate us alive. Oh, my goodness. A.D. Mitchell went off on us. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, but yeah, man, that was it. Defensively, secondary looked terrible, but hey, it comes with it. We got growing pains right now. Defensive line can't get no push. I really didn't see any blitzes called or drew up, not that I could see. And if it was, they damn sure didn't get there. We still doing this 3-down lineman shit from Pete Golden days. Why? We got a damn 2nd and 20. I mean, just play the same defense. Keep everything in front of you, man. I mean, in the middle, wide open for a first down. I mean, Jesus. We scored a touchdown, and then they give them the ball back, and they go down there in like 3 or 4 plays and score a touchdown. Oh, Lord. And I think that's the series they had, the damn 2nd and 20. I mean, Jesus, man. It's just ridiculous. We seeing the same. Yesterday, we saw the same thing that we saw last season. I'm just putting it out there. You can say what you want to say. But okay. Oh, anything else I missed about Alabama? Okay, no run game. Offensive line can't block. Defensive line can't get no push. Secondary played like trash. Jalen Milroe threw a couple of interceptions. Oh, one more thing. If you know this offensive line can't protect your quarterback or pass protect against an opponent, why not get the ball out the quarterback hands quick? Slants, screens, these little daggone tunnel screens too. These daggone what they call them? shit. Anyway, throwing the ball goddamn 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Let the daggone receiver make a play. I mean, damn. I talked about Georgia about this shit last year. Dink and dunk. How about we dink and dunk? Jesus. I mean, you don't have to call every play to go deep downfield. We can dink and dunk too. I mean, Jesus, man. But hey, flare route. Let's do something, man. Oh, man. I was totally disgusted in our offense and defense yesterday. But let's talk about these Texas Longhorns. Oh, Lord. Quinn Ewers, 24 for 38, 349 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns. Okay. Rushing. Texas had 105 yards rushing. Okay. Jonathan Brooks, 4 catches, 57 yards and a touchdown. Only 1 touchdown rushing. That's the good part about it. Receiving, Jatavian Sanders, 5 catches, 114 yards, no touchdown. A.D. Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell, Adonai, that's his name. Adonai. I know we call him Adonai, but I think from what I heard last week, they call him Adonai, and that's what he want to be called. But I think it's Adonai. Adonai Mitchell, 3 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. 26 yards average a catch. Xavier Worthy, 5 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Those were the only touchdowns. Receivers who caught touchdowns, those 2. But Jordan Whittington, 41 yards. 3 catches, 44 yards, and C.J. Baxter, 4 catches, 21 yards. A lot of those catches was on 3rd down too. So I know our defense was tired as hell, but hey, it is what it is. It comes with the territory. Like I said, they had 2 interceptions, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 interceptions, and 5 sacks. So guess what? The offensive line then gave up 7 sacks already over 2 games. Because we gave up 2 last week to Middle Tennessee. That's another stat. And then another thing that came back to bite us, I forgot about this when I was talking about Alabama, the penalties. Once again in this Texas game, we had 10 penalties yesterday. 2 of them took touchdowns off the board. Just pointing that out. 2 touchdowns took off the board because of penalties. Lineman downfield, offensive lineman holding. And that was Caden Proctor, who was the holding call. Darian Dalcourt, lineman downfield. Took 14 points off the board. So, hey, it is what it is. Something on my shirt, but it's gone. But yeah, 14 points off the board. But oh well, we got beat at home by double digits. Something that ain't happened in a long time. But congratulations, Texas. They came into Bryant-Denny, beat my Alabama Crimson Tide 34-24. And if you haven't noticed yet, the helmets in the back, I rearranged them. I was supposed to start this last week. If a team lose, they go to the back of the bus. And hopefully they can make their way back to the front. And this week, Texas A&M and Alabama went to the back of the bus in the west, and Vanderbilt went to the back of the bus in the east. So that's the way it is. Hopefully Alabama can make it back to the front. We'll see. We got a lot of more football to be played, and hopefully we can redeem ourselves this week versus South Florida. So with that being, let me get y'all some of these other scores real quick, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Ohio State beat Youngstown State 35-7. Utah beat Baylor 20-13. Penn State over Delaware 63-7. Notre Dame beat NC State 45-24. Clemson got their first win 66-17. Michigan 35-7 over UNLV. Washington wins again 43-10 over Tulsa. Tennessee wins again 30-13 over Austin Peay. Oklahoma wins again over SMU 28-11. Oregon beat Texas Tech 38-30. I thought that would have been a blowout for Oregon, but not. LSU wins first win 72-10 over Grambling. Washington State beat Wisconsin. Washington State, unranked, beat 19 Wisconsin, 31-22. Florida State once again, 66-13, in or out. Oregon State wins again over UC Davis, 55-7. And USC beats Stanford, 56-10. And those are the top 25 teams. And hey, ends my week 2 recap. Even though it went a little long, I am sorry. So that is it. And I'll talk to y'all later. And I can't leave without saying it. Win or lose, roll damn tide, baby. All day, every day.